Alan, can you tell us about Secchi Day, which is something new to me?
Secchi Day, it's a national program. I mean, there's places all across the United States that try to get people out to use a Secchi disc. And it's kind of like a bullseye. It's a circular disc that you drop down into water, held by a rope, and you just keep dropping it down till you can't see it anymore. And so it's an indication of the clarity of the water, and it's used as that. It's a good way to get public. It's a simple process. Even I can do it. It's something that everybody can do. It's a good way to involve the public so that they get an indication of the clarity of Beaver Lake. Again, it's a good way to learn more about the watershed, about the water quality of Beaver Lake, and to be involved in that and just to learn more. And I think learning is always good for almost anything.
Water is a precious resource. It's precious because there's not enough of it in many parts of the world. There's simply not enough to do the things we need to do, whether it's agriculture, industrial, or just simply drinking it. Here in Northwest Arkansas, we seem very blessed because some people had some foresight to have more than enough water, at least for the moment. But conservation is still important, and I know it's important for one reason, that my water bill goes down.
That's right.
But also you have to pump this water out, so every time you do a pump, it runs fossil fuel in one form or fashion from your electric use.
That's right.
And I understand that there's very little of the water in the world that's really usable by human beings, which is a fascinating concept. So water conservation is important, in spite of the fact that we're blessed here, at least for the moment, with plenty of that particular asset.
I think, yes, I agree with your statement, David. And again, because it is a precious resource, and if it is, it's a necessity. It is not one that we can choose to use or not use. We have to use water. We have to consume water in some form or fashion. It's just our makeup. Some industries use lots of water, and some of them we have here in Northwest Arkansas. But because that it is a precious resource, you don't want to waste it. And that's what we try to. It's kind of like a two-edged sword, because if people really get serious about conserving, then we cut our revenues. And in years when more of it falls out of the sky and you don't use your tap water to irrigate your lawn or your crops or whatever, then our revenues are suppressed. But still, I have to, from an ethical standpoint, stay with the point that you need to conserve water. We've had studies done where it looked at the population growth in Northwest Arkansas, and as you look at it, we have enough water of our allocation in Beaver Lake to last till 2050. What happens after 2050? Well, there's enough water in the lake. I don't want to mislead people. There's plenty of water in the lake. Most of the lake is taken up by hydroelectric generation, and so there'll have to be a reallocation of uses of that water that's in the lake. So there's still plenty of water here in Northwest Arkansas, again, because of the foresight of individuals to provide a supply like that. But there's many places, the United States and the world, many places in the world that don't have good, reliable, safe drinking water. And so there still are a lot of deaths in the world due to diseases that are caused by waterborne organisms. But in the United States, there's areas that simply have a very limited supply, but yet their population's booming. Where are they going to get the water? That's some of the challenges they have to face. And some of them are brought on by climatic events like droughts, where they are extended, for 1 or 2 years. And so it is a very important thing, no matter where you're at, no matter if you are in a water-rich area. I think it's still the right thing to do to conserve water.
Let me ask you one more question. Is there any reason for me to believe when I get a bottle of water, it's a better quality of water than you provide here?
Well, I definitely don't think so, David. The bottled water industry is regulated under two different entities for one thing. One is the bottled water industry is regulated under the Food and Drug Administration, and drinking water industry is regulated under EPA and our Arkansas Department of Health. They're different regulations, but the safety of the consumer is protected in both cases, I believe.
Okay.
I don't believe that that bottled water is bad for you. I think that, and I definitely don't think tap water is bad for you. I think that we are equally safe, and most of the time I don't think that you can tell the difference between bottled water and tap water if put in the same circumstance. I think that there's issues such as the containers and the disposal of containers and things like that may come into play, but I don't think you're safer by drinking bottled water than...
Well, if we think gasoline is a precious resource, well, water is way above that.
Absolutely, absolutely, that's right.
Well, thanks, Alan. Thanks for taking care of our water for all of us in Northwest Arkansas. And
Yes,
it's a wonderful operation up here, and one that we don't think about, but hey, we use every single day.
That's right. Thank you for coming, David.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.